Всем хай. Мы играем в Vampyr. Так, вот теперь мы можем бежать. Так, выбраться из театра.
So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
Так. Ага. Так, больше-то нам, собственно, ну... Можно, конечно, сгонять туда. Можно сгонять туда, потому что туда нам надо, туда мы... Нам надо с главврачом поговорить. Нам надо поговорить с главврачом. Тут очень не хватает фаст-тревела. Вот эти вот... Я понимаю, для чего это сделано, но это, блин, настолько уебищно. Еще, кстати, у меня есть подозрение, что где-то вот совсем скоро мы... Собственно, все это дело-то и закончим. Мне кажется, что осталось совсем немного. Конечно, ну, что это прям на этой неделе кончится, я очень сомневаюсь. Мы все-таки тут довольно долго возились с каждой главой. Но... Вполне, кстати, не отрицаю, что может быть и так. Критическое состояние в больничке, кстати. Все очень-очень плохо.
Good evening, Milton. Good...
Так, да ничего я не сделаю. Так. Здорово, давай поговорим.
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
Так.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps... It reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them Icors.
Про это мы читали.
Doris is a heavily mutated skull. Almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Окей.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit then.
Yes, and no. She was en route to the docks, I think, following a lead concerning your maker.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Ага. Так, мне кажется, нам надо сгонять поспать. Сгонять поспать. Так. Так, 620 урона, да? Так, 3400. Прикольно. Мама анархия. Крах Уайтчепела — наша вина. Всем, кто купил эту газету, преодолел брезгливость прочитать заголовок и запас терпения, я расскажу правду о так называемых новостях, которые вы читаете в лондонской прессе. Вчера район Уайтчепела был эвакуирован из-за внезапного роста смертности. Тысячи его жителей были в спешке перевезены в уже переполненные больницы и лечебницы. Многие из них нездоровы, почти все они напуганы. Прочтете ли вы об этой катастрофе где-то еще? Нет. Разрешено ли мне писать об этом? Тем более нет. Журналистов заткнули, заставили молчать и запрещают им открывать людям глаза на ужас, который прямо перед нами. Услышьте же меня. Лондону конец. Защитите себя и любимых от болезни, но не забывайте о городе. Болезнь жадно захватывает в нем старых и молодых, бедных и богатых. Благодарю коллег, чьи имена я оставлю в тайне в целях безопасности, которые помогли мне обойти цензуру и истинную чуму Лондона. Я принимаю на себя всю ответственность за публикацию и молю власти прекратить этот бессмысленный надзор. ЭВ. Вот дают. Так, ну здесь-то все нормально вроде. Ты... Да, тут тоже в порту не очень хорошо как-то. Кстати, все еще 4-й уровень гипноза.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Пошли-ка мы это. Пообщаемся с тобой. Все, загрызли.
I knew I should have fled this rotten city with Milton since the first day of the contagion.
Хе-хе.
Just a dozen years or so.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Так. Давай поговорим, дедуля. Сейчас тут прямо это... Мрачняк пошел. Мне нравится всех в одну эту. Типа, прикиньте, они бы не испарялись, все такие. Так. Почему там так воняет? Ебать!
I'm sorry, Nurse Brannigan. I won't witness the great doctor you were destined to be.
Так, ну ладно. С бабкой мы все равно не справимся. О, привет, ребятишки. Вот это я хорошо повеселился. Так, нам надо к этому сходить, да? На. Пойдем к этому вашему Редгрейву. Так, ну и чё мы? У нас 32 уровень. Там я смотрю, что-то совсем весело, на. Вот здесь все хорошо. Текс. Угу. Текс. Что осталось-то? О, привет.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Прикольно. Ты у нас
Lord
кто?
Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the pre-went end their hunt.
Окей, окей.
Good
Ты у нас
evening,
кто?
Dr. Reed. Have a drink and enjoy this night, for it could be our last.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Econ he deserves.
Ну это вообще не проблема.
As you wish, my lord.
Good. Now go.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Your word is my command.
Так, подожди.
Understandably, you have questions. Very well, proceed.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Окей.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Окей, что еще?
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he
Окей.
know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
Что-то какая-то...
Goodbye.
Понимаешь ли, очень мутная херотень. Я ничего против, конечно, не имею, но почему-то мне кажется...
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Oh.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Ну ладно.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Вот знаешь, честно, я бы на самом деле не против сделать стену от всякой быдлоты, чтобы всякие, блять, любители, я не знаю, там, Бузовой и прочего говна существовали где-то отдельно. Пожалуйста. Хорошая идея сделать стенку. В целом-то.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Women of all countries.
Так, ну окей. В принципе, можно пойти действительно обратить дедушку. У меня единственный вопрос, блин, дедушка же не переживет. Ну, кстати, это можно сделать вполне так, типа, ну, дедушка помер, аж он дедушка. Что он такой весь уже немножечко потрепанный. По жопе себе постучи, идиот. Развелось тут, блядь.
It's locked.
Серьезно?
I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Ой, бля. Так.
I think this passage will lead me close to Lucius Dawson's mansion.
Так. Я вот думаю, наверное, мы в следующий раз уже полезем в эту жопу. Пока что надо с этим повременить. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь. Всем пока.